What's up, guys? So for some reason I got inspired to actually finish reupholstering my bucket seat. Not as clean as it was, and it's a little yellow because the lights sort of the lights did that to it. So I have the cover for this that I want to patch up, considering there's a decent amount of holes in it and some stains. I also have some fabric that I got from my grandmother's house that I think would look actually pretty cool on this seat. I showed you previously, and I'll show you again. I have the luggage brown leather my mom got me, which I'm going to put on the bolstering. And for my grandma's, got some, I mean, it looks a little overexposed right now, but this is corduroy. Just a nice off-white corduroy. Hopefully it won't get dirty, but I have a decent amount, and I feel like that might look pretty cool on the seat. So I'm going to cut this up, see how big of a piece I'm going to need, as well as the pieces of leather. So let's get to that. So here is the cover of the seat. I tried filling in the MOMO a bit, and I'm just going to leave it like that. If I ever want to fix it, I will. That was taking way too much time. Here is the back cushion and seat portion. I mean, you can see some thread here. I would still like to put the name of my car right under here, how the Bride Lomax seat is. I want to put MOMO and put Mickey right there. For the back portion, I guess where this grid is, that's probably where I'll put the corduroy. And we got quite a bit of looks like cigarette holes, or like the cherry burns or something like that. So that all has to get covered too. I don't know what I'm gonna do as the actual seat portion, but it's pretty beat up, and I would like to clean it up quite a bit. The edges, so there's quite a bit of holes and stains. This is where all the bolstering is gonna go. Same on this side. There's actually a lot of holes and tears and all that good stuff. I'll probably lay this over the seat so that I could actually see how much material I'm gonna have to cover up. Here's the bolstering material. Got some thin thread, got a big needle, got some super thick heavy duty thread, so that is going to be used for this. Alright, I'm going to lay this over the seat and start measuring this up. So by the looks of all the stains and everything, they go in a decent amount. So I think honestly I might just wrap the whole bolster instead of just like a strip. I'm gonna wrap it how my hand is wrapped around it, just like this, all the way down, to cover up most of the damage that is seen here. Let's see, well, if I have enough. Oh, that should be plenty. I think that's going to look pretty good, honestly. So, I'll probably do sections almost the same way this was cut. So I have a big center section here, the seam, do this, the seam, and hopefully, I have enough. Also, depending how tight I put this, it'll make the seat look better. So I'm pretty sure I figured out what I have to do. There's a seam that runs along the edge of the seat on both sides. I'm going to use the fabric in the same way they did the seam. So how there's this coming across here, this one coming across here. So then this is going to be one whole piece on the bottom, and it's going to run along the edge all here. So technically it should wrap around just to the edge of the foam all the way across. And then the amount that it goes in, I mean, I'm thinking however much it is to here, which would be for the lap harness, about that all the way up, which here seems like it should cover just enough. So I think I could take the cover off and I'll just go from there. So it'll be like 3 to 4 inches in width, coming all the way down like this and stopping at the edge. So I'm gonna get to that. Top piece came out really well, like that. Now I have to make a piece for the middle. And I'm gonna replicate all these pieces over to the other side. So I laid the pieces I had already cut out on my other piece of leather, and it barely fits. I'm actually gonna have to cut this top shoulder piece. I'm gonna have to cut this top triangle out and use this for the other piece. I'm gonna trace out these pieces, cut them out, cut this one in two, put the second piece on here, and basically good to go. Once I put the cover on, line these up where they have to be, then I'll glue them down and I'll stitch them on. Alright, so I was going to continue with the seat, but my dad actually said bring it to his shop, considering some of the foam is lifting, and we'll use some contact cement to hold it down, which would be better than the 3M adhesive I used. And then I'm going to actually put the cover on first before I stitch on the leather for the bolstering and the corduroy in the center, because my dad has some upholstery needles that I could do while the cover is on, which means it'll also come out looking nicer since it's going to be fitted exactly how I want it. So we're going to bring this to my dad's shop and start doing that once we get there. So let's go. So some spots are actually adhered very well from the 3M multi-purpose spray, and it's definitely because when I took the old foam off, I cleaned some spots better than others. I should have just sanded the whole thing to get the excess foam off, and I probably wouldn't have had this problem, because you see here it's fine, or here it lifted, here it's fine. So it's definitely because there's too much old foam under there, so I had nowhere to adhere to. I don't have to mask the whole thing off. I'm just gonna lift up what I can and then tape it down how I had it, so then it can hold. And then the back piece, if you can see here, like, it gives. So I'm gonna have to cut this in half because here it worked well, here it didn't. So I'm gonna lift it from the middle and get the whole back of it. So I'm gonna get to that. Finished up at my dad's shop. I'm gonna go back home so I can stitch up the corduroy, and then I have to come back here to spray the cover back on. So let's go back to my house.